Dear students, welcome to the today's class. So in this class, as previous class we discussed about the definitions of the global maximum and global minimum, local maximum and local minimum. Such kind of problems we are going to deal in this class. Okay. In this regard, we are looking to the first problem, that is, let f maps closed interval minus 2 to 2 tends to r be defined by f of x is equals to mod x. Now we have to find the global maximum and a point of global maximum for the function f of x is equals to mod x in this closed interval minus 2 to 2. Let us observe the solution. The given function is f maps closed interval minus 2 to 2 tends to r and f of x is what is our function mod x. Okay, let us observe the definition of the mod x function now. Mod x is equals to, whenever in this mod function is less than 0 value, then the mod x value is equivalent to minus x. Whenever mod x is equivalent to plus x, then this x must be greater than 0. So this is the definition of the mod x. So we have to apply this definition to our given particulars. Now observe the function f of x is equals to mod x graph here in between the closed interval minus 2 to 2. So this is regards the function f of x is equals to mod x in between the intervals minus 2 to 2. So now you to observe this value means what it is at x is equals to minus 2 means what it is, when we are going to take minus 2 value, it attains the maximum, and also whenever if you are taking x is equals to 2, it is also attaining the maximum value, whereas f of 2 is what now 2 and f of minus 2 is also what now 2. So that from the graph we observed that C1 is equals to minus 2, it is belonging to minus 2 to 2 closed interval minus 2 to 2. How it is? It is implying f of C1 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x is belonging to minus 2 to 2. Isn't it or not? Okay, what is this? This is the definition of the global maximum, where it is attains the max value at C1 is equals to minus 2, it attains the maximum value, whereas f of C1 is equals to what now? Means what it is? Mod of minus 2. That implies is what now? 2 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belonging into minus 2 to 2. This is the first case. And now second one. Let here we are taking the C2 value is what now 2. It is also belonging to minus 2 to 2 closed interval. It implies f of C2 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x is belonging to minus 2 to 2, whereas f of c2 is equals to mod of 2 means what it is, that implies 2 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belonging to minus 2 to 2. So it is the condition for having global maximum, and it is also the condition for the global maximum to have global maximum value. Therefore the function has the global maximum value at where c1 is equals to minus 2 and c2 is equals to 2. That implies we can make the conclusion that the function f of x is equals to mod x on minus 2 to 2 have global maximum at the points c1 is equals to minus 2 and c2 is equals to 2. Therefore the value of the global maximum is f of c1 is equals to f of c2 is equals to 2 it is. So the function f of x is equals to mod x has global maximum at x is equals to c1 is equals to minus 2 and c2 is equals to 2, and the value of the global maximum is 2. Now the second problem, find the global maximum and global minimum of the function f maps r to r defined as f of x is equals to x square. For the function f of x is equals to x square, we need to find its global maximum value and global minimum value. Now in the solution, the given function is what, f of x is equals to x square defined on r, and let us we are observing the graph of this function. It is a parabolic equation. So now it is like this, f of x is equals to x square. Now observe this graph. Directly we can observe that this graph is attains its minimum at x is equals to 0, isn't it or not? So it is what now? It is the global minimum. By observing only we can find the global minimum for the given function. Okay. For c1 is equals to 0, we have f of c1 is less than or equals to f of x for all x belonging to r. Okay. Whereas f of c1 is equals to f of 0 is equals to what is it? 0 square means what it is? It attains the global minimum value is what now? 0. Therefore f of c1 is what now? 0. For that it follows the global minimum condition. So then what we can make the conclusion? Therefore f of x has global minimum at the point c1 is equals to 0 and the value of global minimum is f of c1 is equals what now? 0. Now let us, we are going to discuss about what? A global maximum for the given function. For it, let us, we have, let any c2 is belonging to real number system and it follows the global maximum condition, means f of c2 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belonging to real number system. For suppose you think this c2 is follows the global maximum condition, then there exists a c3 such that c3 is greater than c2 for the condition f of c3 is greater than or equals to f of x for all x belonging to R. Means what it is, if you have, suppose you have taken a c2 here, it is greater than or equals to f of x as you have chosen from the real number system. If suppose you chosen here the c2, so there may be c3 also, there may be c4 also, like that only. So means there may have many more global maximum function. If you have consider a point, it is global maximum, there exists one more for it. So what is the conclusion you are taking? That it can't have global maximum. Okay, to obey this global maximum relation, it should have one more c4, like that only, which is contradiction. For our global maximum, therefore f of x doesn't has global maximum on real number system. Okay, by what condition we had made this condition here? F of c3 is greater than f of c2, so on. By this relation we conclude that the given function has not global maximum. Now the next problem, find the points of local extrema for these two functions. The first function is f of x is equals to sin x. It is defined in 0 to 4 pi. And the second function is f of x is equals to 1 by x square plus 2 for all x belongs to R. So we have to find the local extrema values, means what it is local maxima we have to find out and local minima we have to find out for these functions. Okay, for that we will use the application of second derivative as I given the chart to find the extrema values. So I will follow the chart for these functions. Now the first problem is what now? F of x is equals to sin x. It is defined on which interval? On 0 to 4 pi. 4 pi it is. Okay. Now let us observe the sin x graph here. Now this is the graph of what? F of x is equals to sin x. I had drawn it in between the intervals 0 to 2 pi. But actually in the problem what is our domain? 0 to 4 pi it is. So by your understanding only I had drawn up to 0 to 2 pi here. Now observe this interval. On this interval it attains the maximum value here at a 1 and here at a 1 more 1 means what it is, this is what, 1 minus 1, it is the attaining the maximum value here at pi by 2 1 it is, and attaining the minimum value at 3 pi by 2, isn't it or not? By observing this graph we are about to understand the global maxima and global minima values for the given function sin x in between the interval 0 to 2 pi. We have one global maxima and one global minima in this condition, and let us we are finding what a local extrema for this functions f of x is equals to sin x. So since because of sin x is neither increasing nor decreasing function, it is oscillating function. Okay, so let us observe the problem by using second derivative. Now I am find the first derivative of the given function. F dash of x is equals to what now? Cos x we has, what we has? Cos x. So that what you have to do now, first at the stationary level we have to check what is our stationary, wherever the f dash of x value is 0 for the given function. At stationary f dash of x must 0, that implies cos x is what now? 0 now. Okay, so what are the x values we has for f dash of x value is 0? Let us be find. Now to have cos x is equals to 0 means the trigonometric equation of the cos x value is what now? 2n plus 1 pi by 2, whereas n belongs to capital I integers. So that where are the x values you will get whereas cos x is 0, that implies x may be for our required domain pi by 2 comma 3 pi by 2 comma 5 pi by 2 again 7 pi by 2. So we may have, these are all values for x to satisfy this equation cos x is equals to 0. So these are all the stationary points for the given functions. Okay, so now let us find the second derivative of the given function. We have the f dash of x, that implies f double dash of x means what it is, you have to derivate this function cos x. What is our derivative of cos x is what now? Minus sin x. So we have the second derivative of the given function, so that we will check the stationary values at this function, whether this second derivative is positive or negative. For the respective stationary values we have to check now. For x is equals to pi by 2, we have f double dash of pi by 2 is equals to minus sin pi by 2, that is equals to what now? Minus 1. Therefore f double dash of pi by 2 value is what now? Minus 1 means it is what now? Less than 0. So what we conclusion we can make here, whenever f double dash of is 0, whenever f double dash if x is negative, on that respective x we can have the maximum values for the given function. Therefore f of x has local maximum at x is equals to pi by 2, at x is equals to pi by 2. Therefore the value of local maximum is f of pi by 2 is what? F of pi by 2, that is equals to sin pi by 2, that is equals to 1. So at the stationary point x is equals to pi by 2, we have the local maximum for the given function. The value of local maximum is what? 1. Now for the stationary value at x is equals to 3 pi by 2, we are going to check the second derivative behavior. So f double dash of 3 by 2 is equals to, 3 by 2 can be written as what? Pi plus pi by 2, so that it is in the third quadrant. On that the third quadrant sign is what now? Negative. So it can be written as what? Minus of minus sin pi by 2. So it is what? Sin pi by 2. So it attains plus 1 value. So means it is what? F double dash of 3 pi by 2 is what now? Greater than 0 here. So whenever f double dash of x is greater than 0, what we can make the conclusion? F of x, that implies f of x has local minimum at x is equals to 3 pi by 2. Therefore the value of local minimum is f of 3 pi by 2, that is equals to, what is our function? Sin x. In place of x I am substituting 3 pi by 2, so it is what? Sin 3 pi by 2. As we discussed, 3 pi by 2 can be written as what? Pi plus pi by 2. So it is what now? Minus sin pi by 2. So it is the value of what now? Minus 1. So f of 3 pi by 2, as we get it as what now? Minus 1. This is what now? The local minimum value for the given function. So f of x has local minimum at x is equals to 3 pi by 2. Since because of f double dash of 3 pi by 2 is what now? Greater than 0. As per this condition, we can conclude that f of x has minimum values at this level. So what is the value of minimum we got here? Minus 1. Similarly, we have to check the remaining values of x, stationary values. Similarly, for x is equals to 5 pi by 2 and 7 pi by 2. I am writing directly for these stationary values. You to practice it. F of x has local maximum at x is equals to 5 pi by 2 and the value of local maximum is f of 5 pi by 2 is equals to 1 and f of x has local minimum at x is equals to 7 pi by 2. Therefore, the value of local minimum is f of 7 pi by 2 is equals to what now? Minus 1. I have written it directly since because of The sin x function is which function? Oscillating function. So that I can estimate the graph where I drawn the graph. It is in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Now you can increase it to up to 2 pi to 4 pi, you would get the same graph there. So that I had estimated it. You may solve it, okay, for the values. Now the same problem for the another function. Now the function is what now? F of x is equals to 1 by x square plus 2, whereas for all x is belonging to R. Now let us check for this function. The given function is f of x is equals to 1 by x square plus 2 for all x belongs to R, real number system. Okay. Now as usual, the first step is what now? To find the stationary values. For that you have to find the first derivative of the given function. So now I am derivating the function with respect to x on both sides. It is what now? F dash of x. So it is in the form of what? 1 by x. 1 by x derivative is what now? Minus 1 by x square, means what it is? Minus 1 by x square plus 2 whole square it is. Again we have to derivate dx, d by dx of x square plus 2 now. Okay, are you follow? Now minus 1 by x square plus 2 whole square into what we are getting? X square derivative is what now? 2x, and 2 derivative is what now? 0. So what is our f dash of x? Is equals to minus 2x by x square plus 2 whole square it is. Okay. Now at the stationary level we have to check at a stationary. F dash of x must be what now? 0. That implies what we are going to get here? Minus 2x by x square plus 2 whole square is equals to 0 it is. So that we are getting the stationary value is what now? It implies minus 2x is equals to 0. The denominator can't be 0 for this. So now that implies x is equals to 0. We got the stationary value we got here, x is equals to 0. So now we are finding the second derivative. I am differentiating this function with respect to x on both sides. So I would get what? F double dash of x now. So what I am getting? It is in the form of what? U by v form. So now, so x square plus 2 whole square, again its square. Okay, this is v square. So v remains the same first in the numerator. Whole square it is. Minus 2x derivative, u derivative, it is what now? Minus 2, again minus 1. U remains the same, minus 2x into what now? V derivative. What is our v? X square plus 2 whole square. That is what now? 2 into x square plus 2. Again this bracket written terms derivative. X square derivative is what now? 2x, and 2 derivative is what now? 0. Okay. Had you got? Now minus 2 into x square plus 2 whole square it is. Minus of minus, it is what now? Plus 2x. 2 into this 2x means what it is? 4x. Remains what? X square plus 2 again here. So in these two terms I am taking the common of 2 into x square plus 2 term. So 2 into x square plus 2 is taken common from these two terms, I would get what a minus remains here, minus 1 more x square plus 2 here plus. So here this 2 into and this x square plus 2 both are got common here. So remains what of 4x into x means what is 4x square by x square plus 2 whole power 4 it is. It implies f double dash of x is equals to what I got 2 into x square plus 2 and in this bracket 4x square minus 3x x square, 4x square minus x square means what is 3x square and minus 2 by what x square plus 2 whole power 4 it is. This is the term we got as f double dash of x. Let us check the f double dash of x sign at the stationary x is equals to 0. Then f double dash of 0 is equals to what I would get here 0 square means what it is, you remains what it is 2 into 2 means what it is 4 it is. Okay, now this term is what now 0, so into what now minus 2 you would get here. So here what 0 into 2 power 4 you would get. So what you are getting 4 by minus 4 by 2 cancels with this is what now remains what 2 cube, that is equals to minus 4 by 8 it is, that is equals to minus 1 by 2 you got here. So f double dash of 0 you got it what now negative, isn't it or not? Therefore what you can give the message here, f of x has local maximum at x is equals to 0 and the value of local maximum is f of 0 means what it is 1 by 0 square plus 2, that is equals to the value of local maximum is what now 1 by 2 it is. And one more conclusion here, there is no more any stationary values to find any more maximum or any more minimum values. So here the function will exist only local maximum and the value of local maximum is what now 1 by 2 on R. We can observe it by this graph also. This is the graph of what f of x is equals to 1 by x square plus 2. So how it is representing here? So it attains the maximum value is f of x is equals to 1 by 2. At x is equals to 0 it is attaining. So this is the maximum value we got. For the minimum value it is approaching to here to infinite and it is approaching to here it is to minus infinite. So the minimum value is not existing for the given function. Next problem, prove that the function log x on 0 to infinite do not have absolute maximum and absolute minimum values. So we have to check it. Okay, he is asking to prove that this function log x function has not have any extremum. So means it's not having maximum values and it is also not having the minimum values. The given function is f of x is equals to what you had given log x you had given on where real number system. So here he had given on 0 to infinite, not in the real number system. He had given it in on 0 to infinite. Now as usual, first we are finding the f dash of x value, derivating with respect to x on both sides for this function. So I would get what f dash of x is equals to log x derivative is what now 1 by x. Now we have to check the stationary level, means what it is, at a stationary f dash of x is equals to 0, but the value 1 by x is can't be 0 for any value x belonging to 0 to infinite. Regarding in this interval, you have to take any x, for that x 1 by x can't be 0, isn't it or not? This is the graph of 1 by x. So what is our function here? F dash of x is equals to 1 by x. It is the graph of what? Whenever x is belonging to R, real number system. On total R we are defining it is. So when the domain function is taken in R also, the function value is not getting anywhere to 0. So f dash of x, that implies what we can make the conclusion? That implies f dash of x can't be 0, not equal to 0 for any real value, for any real value. Okay, by the graph also we can explain it. You can observe it also, the curve not approaching to 0 anywhere on the real number system. So that f dash of x can't be 0, means what it is, the stationary will not exist for the given function, so that we can't find we can't have any absolute minima and maxima values for the given function. So what is our conclusion? F of x does not have any absolute maximum and absolute minimum on open interval 0 to infinite. Next problem, find the absolute maximum value and absolute minimum value of the following functions. For these two functions we have to find the absolute maximum and absolute minimum values. So we will approach the same method as we done. Okay, first we will check it for the function x minus 1 whole square plus 3 on minus 3 comma 1. Now solution for the a function. The given function is f of x is equals to x minus 1 whole square plus 3 on closed interval minus 3 comma 1. Okay, now at the stationary level we are going to check. For that we require f dash of x, derivating the function with respect to x on both sides. So we would get what f dash of x is equals to x square form it is, means what it is 2 into, in place of x we have x minus 1, again derivate to the function d by dx of x minus 1, and the constant derivative is what now? 0. So now it is what 2 into x minus 1, and this derivative is what now? 1 minus 0. So therefore f dash of x value I got it is what 2 into x minus 1. Now at the stationary f dash of x must equals to 0. That implies 2 into x minus 1 is equals to 0. So means what it is, x minus 1 is equals to 0. So x is equals to 1 I got here. So means what it is, I got only one stationary point, so that it should have only one value, either maximum or minimum. Let us check it for that. We require the second derivative of the given function, derivating the f dash of x with respect to x on both sides, so that I would get what, f double dash of x is equals to 2 into 2 is the constant term, x derivative is 1 minus 0, so that I would get a f double dash of x value is what now, 2 I got. So now for x is equals to 1, f double dash of 1 is also what now, 2, since because there is no x to substitute one value here. So it is what now, greater than 0. So what is the conclusion we can make here? Therefore f of x has absolute maximum at x is equals to 1, and the value of absolute maximum is f of 1. What is our function? What is our function? Our function is f of x is equals to x minus 1 whole square plus 3. So at the place of x we are substituting one value, means what it is, 1 minus 1 whole square plus 3, means what it is, f of 1 we got, it is what now, 3. This is what now, the absolute maximum value of the given function f of x. It does not consist the absolute minimum value. Now the same conditions for the another function f of x is equals to sin x plus cos x on closed interval 0 to pi. Now the given function is f of x is equals to sin x plus cos x on closed interval 0 to pi. So first what we require f dash of x for the stationary. So derivating the above function with respect to x on both sides. So I would get what, f dash of x is equals to, what I got here, sin x derivative is what now, cos x, plus cos x derivative is what now, minus sin x. So therefore f dash of x value is equals to, I got here, cos x minus sin x it is. At the stationary, f dash of x must equals to 0. It implies what I could get here, cos x minus sin x is equals to 0. By solving this equation we could get the stationary points. We will solve it now. It implies sin x is equals to what we has, cos x into 1 I will take. So sin x by cos x is equals to 1, means what it is, tan x is equals to 1 we got. Okay, so where for which x values taken from the interval 0 to pi will satisfy this equation, we would check here. So from 0 to pi it is 0, it is what now, pi by 4, it is what now, pi by 2, it is what now, 3 pi by 4, and it is what now, pi. So this is our intervals from 0 to pi. In these values where the tan x value will reaches to 1, at this point of level x is equals to pi by 4 only. That implies what the x value I got here, that implies x is equals to pi by 4. How many stationary values I got here? Only one, that is what now, x is equals to pi by 4. Now let us find the second derivative. So now derivating the f dash of x with respect to x on both sides, so that I could get what? F double dash of x means what it is? Cos x derivative is what now? Minus sin x, minus sin x derivative is what now? Cos x. So f double dash of x I got here, it is what now? Minus of sin x plus cos x. So I will, for the x value, for x is equals to pi by 4, f double dash of pi by 4 value, what is it? We will check now. So means it is what? Minus of sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4 it is. So that I would get here sin pi by 4 value is what now? 1 by root 2. Again it is also what now? 1 by root 2. So minus it is what now? 2 by root 2. So although it is what now? Negative, we will simplify it. So it is what now? What I could get? Minus root 2 I got here. So f double dash of pi by 4 I got here negative, lesser than 0. Therefore what will be the conclusion of ours? F of x has absolute, if it is f double dash of is less than 0, having absolute maximum values at x is equals to pi by 4, and the value of absolute maximum is f of pi by 4, that is sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4. So that is equals to 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, that is equals to 2 by root 2. That so means what it is? Root 2 is our absolute maximum value defined at x is equals to pi by 4. So this function does not consist the absolute minimum value.